to go? Looks
so
like
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Warbuck, you're good.
Yeah, just waiting for Barry here. All right.
All right.
All right. So we just counted everyone down. Again, the runners are going to need all the support that you could get in chat, all the hype, all the good luck, all the good lucks, and yeah, away we go. We did ask the runners to do all the mini games here in Plants vs Zombies in order, but one thing is that if we were running in a pure speedrunning context, normally the runners, of course, would try to get the RNG-based mini games out of the way first. So we're going to basically here, right off the top, jump into Zombotany. And that's one, again, probably somewhere in the middle in terms of, kind of skill versus RNG, but we asked everyone to do it in order just because every runner has sort of a different preference on exactly what order they like to do things in. And so just to kind of keep things a little bit more linear and straightforward as the first couple runners get right into the game here. Again, we asked them to do it all in order just sort of for a slightly better viewing experience, but keep in mind the runners may not be getting their top times today just because, again, normally the first, we call it the RNG 5, the first 5 or so levels that most runners do, again, very, very heavy RNG based, but I think that's one of the things that'll make this race so exciting that, again, someone could have a lead, but then, again, someone gets a really great level and then someone doesn't, and again, it could switch anytime. And these are, again, I think they're all maybe in the top 10, give or take, for this category. So yeah, it's a very, very, very exciting. So yeah, Mayor Super, you guys want to tell everyone what's going on here in Zombotany? This looks strange. We have zombies shooting keys at us. What's going on here?
Fascinating. So the gimmick of Zombotany, for anyone who's familiar with Plants vs Zombies, the goal is obviously to prevent the zombies from reaching your house and defeating a certain number of waves of them. And normally they can't fire at you, but in Zombotany, they gain the abilities of various plants, which makes them a little bit stronger. And so what we're doing here, you may see how all the runners are letting at least one zombie go to the lawnmower. And you may think to yourself, well, why would they want to do that? Wouldn't that just slow things down? Don't you want to get rid of the zombies as fast as possible? And that's definitely correct. But the reason why we let zombies go to the mower is several reasons. To build up sun, because building up sun is an extremely important aspect of speedrunning in this game. And second, because eventually it might pay off, because when the zombie reaches the mower essentially acts as some free damage perhaps later on. You might not otherwise be able to get.
Yeah, and you'll notice that it looks like the runners are kind of doing, they're planting their sunflowers in sort of an inconsistent order, and you might think, well, do some of them not have the optimal strategies? But actually, that's one of the beauties of Plants vs Zombies speedrunning, is that the runners are sort of constantly thinking on their feet, and we really consider this a decision-making speedrun. And by that we mean that the order and the rows and even the types of zombies that all the runners are going to get is non-deterministic, meaning every time through the game, you're going to get something a little bit different. There's going to be slightly different zombies and slightly different rows, and really the best runners tend to be able to adapt to that the best and make the best decisions based on the location of the zombies and what rows they're in. So again, although it looked like the runners were Chaos reaches a huge wave first. He was maybe technically the underdog going into this, but again,
I actually wanted to point out too, Aaron, if you saw there, he lost one of his glooms. He was going really aggressive with that gloom and he lost it. So that's why he only has one going into that big wave right now, and that's gonna really hurt his time trying to deal with all those zombies on the bottom half.
We've all been there. So you'll see that the runners do take advantage of the gloom shroom here. And the reason for that, I know it's a plant that I know for me in casual play, I sort of thought this isn't really that great. It doesn't have a lot of range. But the gloom shroom basically does, every time you see it do its little puff, it does the equivalent of 4 P's worth of damage, and it does it sort of in a 3 square by 3 square area. So potentially you could be hitting, 4, 5, 6 zombies at the same time and doing the equivalent of 4 pea shooters worth of zombies to all of them. And Plants vs Zombies is really governed by a very important mechanic that we call the 50% rule. And what that is that the way in which the zombies come on screen is not an auto scroller, but rather if you do a random amount of hit points to the zombies between 35 and 50% of the current wave's hit points, then the next wave will appear on screen. And we'll go into a little bit more detail on that later on as we're sort of approaching the final wave here.
It looks like Barry just finished up, actually.
Oh yeah, Barry did just finish.
Very good time.
You're first out of the gate.
Everyone else is kind of neck and neck.
I was gonna, yeah.
All right. So on to
Free square area.
and so this is probably the best indicator of the best indicator of what we call the 50% rule. Is anyone hearing echo?
I'm hearing echo, yeah.
A little bit of feedback. Yeah, I don't know if it's someone that is that the way
I'm gonna swap back over to someone else. I think maybe Barry has an echo.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So the 50% rule is, again, one of the primary mechanics of the this game. In fact, perhaps the only reason why we're able to do it. And it played a role in Zombotany, but it plays an even more obvious role here. And so essentially the 50% rule, what it does is each zombie comes in waves, or zombies come in waves, essentially. And in order to spawn the next wave, it's not a fixed time, but rather when you deal damage equivalent to between 35 and 50% of the hit points of that wave, or you wait between, I believe it's 25 and 31 seconds, then the next wave will spawn. And so obviously you want the first one to happen. So here, once you'll see the runners targeting the high hit point zombies like bucketheads because you like to hit 50% roll faster. And then just not really caring about the remaining zombies in that wave.
That's why, yeah, kind of looking in the upper left at Aaron, you'll see, he was really focusing the walnuts on, what looked like the zombies in the back, rather than, again, in casual play, you might throw more towards the front. But some aspects of randomness in this minigame is, number one, the speed at which the walnuts roll is random, and the direction in which they bounce is a little bit random. If you, like, for example, if you roll it in the middle, there's a 50-50 chance it'll bounce up versus down, but if you do it in the top row or the bottom row, obviously it doesn't have anywhere else to go, so it'll bounce, it'll bounce up or down, or I guess up or down respectively. So walnut bowling we do consider part of the RNG5, just because, again, all these aspects together, ranging from what types of walnuts you get, to the speed of the walnuts, to where they bounce, to what zombies appear in what row. Again, it's all random, but again, rather than, this isn't really an RNG-based game or RNG-based category overall, because it's very important that the runners make the right decisions to put the right walnuts in each row and sort of be able to adapt based on, sort of what's happening in the game at that time.
I'm seeing
I did want to talk about. Yeah, we got lack of explosion.
Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin's getting the RNG luck. He's pretty known for that. He's also just a very skilled runner as well. But I was actually seeing kind of. Walnut bowling is a very high skill cap level, and you can kind of see that Chaos is definitely he's the underdog here, and you can see that with he's really having trouble keeping his number of walnuts up in the bench versus even Barry, they don't have many photos, but they still have 1 or 2 walnuts on reserve just in case. And for me personally,
actually happens with dying as well.
Yeah. So I'm a little worried for Chaos right now. I think they could probably be fine overall, but it's going to be kind of close for them. Just as someone who was really bad at this level for a really long time, that's something that's really hard to learn, is how to be able to manage your walnuts well.
You're not a true PvZ speedrunner until you've lost a PB pace or great pace run to this level, and I hold my hand up high when it comes to being a member of that club. Yeah, this is definitely one of the scarier ones. Again, even if a runner takes a death, luckily they don't need to go back to the very beginning of the run. Overall, they would just need to go back to the beginning of walnut bowling, which at this point would probably be a 2, 3, 4 minute mistake. Not necessarily run ending, but certainly something that the runners are looking to avoid.
Right. Cool. You'll see now that a lot of runners are using their lawnmowers again. That's actually pretty risky in this one, but usually if you do it late enough, you won't have to worry about it. So we'll have to see how that turns out for them.
Yeah, the lawnmowers are a very interesting mechanic. They were designed as a safety mechanism by the game's developers.
Barry finishes
ultimately, Barry really, really, wow, he absolutely crushed this. I don't know what his time's looking like.
I'm starting to get a little worried for Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin's also looking a little scary right now.
I think he'll be okay, but it could be slow.
Chaos still has those 3 lawnmowers, so it's gonna be slow, but I think he might be able to pull it out.
Yeah, he did a good job. He's
Chaos
fairly
will probably be
conservative.
fine.
I think he's going to be all right.
Calvin's scaring me a good bit here. Okay, this could be rough.
Yeah, I know. I'm like sitting here on the end.
Exploder too.
But the idea with
You got those exploders early, but now he's not getting any of them, and that's really what can heck you up in this. Oh, Aaron got the beautiful exploder right there, though.
Yeah, arguably a level-saving exploder right there. No question about it. We'll see what it means for.
Oh god, he's just getting nothing here.
Oh, Aaron made it through. Okay. Barry is now in slot machine, which is, and also Aaron is, which is just a very fun level. But I think we're gonna focus on.
But
yeah. It's really gonna get close here for Calvin, especially. I think he's waiting for the exploder to pop up.
I do think Calvin's gonna make it out.
Can he do it anyway?
I think he can. I think he has barely enough. Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
It's good.
That was a really strong one there,
last
though.
one. Oh, he didn't even. Okay, Calvin makes it out.
Unbelievable.
So on to slot machine here. This level is completely RNG, essentially, and you are trying to get 2,000 sun. You don't have to care about basically what the zombies do at all, except for them eating your sunflowers or killing you. So we're really just gonna have to hope that the runners can get triple sunflower jackpots or triple sun jackpots, which you can buy for sun.
Barry's
And
actually
it
doing
looks like
great.
Barry already has 1,100, so Barry's kind of
He got somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 sunflower jackpots. And Aaron got one sunflower jackpot, and Barry got 2 sun jackpots. And again, this is completely RNG, like we were saying. However, you may have noticed casually, it feels sometimes, and certainly it feels to the runners like, hey, like I don't get as many jackpots as I should. And believe it or not, you would not be wrong. The slots, even though there's only 5 different types of plants that can appear, the probability of getting a jackpot is statistically less than it should if all 5 of those were truly, kind of random and independent. So for those of you that think that the game might be rigged, I got some bad news for you. It's rigged. It is rigged against the runner. We've gone through, and we haven't gotten the source code for this particular game, but we have figured out that basically there's about a 1 in 10 chance of getting any particular match, so like a match for a sunflower or a pea shooter or a snow pea, with a slight increase in the probability for the pea shooters themselves, and about a 1 in 100 chance for any single type of jackpot. So either for a sun jackpot, sunflower jackpot, walnut jackpot, anything like that. Again, it seems like with a slight increase in the probability for the pea shooters. So again, there's nothing really you can do to manipulate that other than just hope and appreciate the good RNG if it does come.
Looks like Aaron is getting quite a few sunflowers, which is going to definitely help him out in the long run for here.
There's momentum. Slowed down.
Calvin and Chaos are kind of
they're doing
suffering.
okay. Yeah, poor Calvin. Yeah. All right. Barry just got a triple sunflower jackpot. That means they definitely that will help them. I think they'll probably stop spinning. You typically like to stop spinning around like 2,000 minus 100 sun times the number of sunflowers you have, basically.
Oh, we got a diamond for Snipe going.
Ooh, diamond.
Swag diamond. Unfortunately, money will not come into effect at all in this run, but diamonds bring good luck. No question about that. So
we got another diamond. Over in Chaos' side.
You got to be almost certain that Barry again is going to be the first one done here. I really think that sunflower jackpot pulled him ahead. He was sort of about treading water. We will say, with being able to spin, because each spin costs 25 sun as well. So that's why there's a little bit of a trade-off between at the end of the level continuing to spin versus just sort of waiting for the sun to drop naturally. So yep, getting really close here.
And Barry looks like they're going to finish it out first again. to get that last little sun. There we go.
All right. And it looks like Aaron will not be too far behind. Calvin has some momentum going. Chaos, unfortunately, has kind of gotten screwed a little bit here. Only 3
Oh, and
sunflowers
that
and
jackpot just to
150.
rub it in.
All right. Moving on to
Not
its
that too
raining,
much.
my personal favorite minigame. Because there's just so much that every single playthrough of its rain seeds is, oh wow, that magnet though.
Wow, that magnet early.
Completely different because you can get virtually any plant in the game just randomly. And so the best plants to get are the magnet shroom because it activates the 50% rule very fast by stealing metal objects from zombies. The 3-peter and the melon pole, they're both excellent firepower. Planturn is really nice for vision, so.
Exactly, and again, this is another one that, although there's a lot of RNG and randomness in terms of what plants you get, it is very important. There are big strategy elements in terms of, you know, when and how quickly you use them, how much defense you devote to any particular row, you know, whether you decide to let a zombie go to the lawnmower to try to get value out of the lawnmower. So again, really a lot of strategy that goes behind this, even though, again, most of the speed of the game is sort of governed by, again, do you get the really strong plants like, you know, the magnets and the...
Oh, the 3-peter just comes in for right there.
Yep, 3-peter coming in for berry is huge. Again, it covers 3 rows, DPS output, so yeah, a lot going on for him. Looks like he's not going to need to sacrifice that.
Ice shroom, interesting start. The eternal misclick outside the game.
Eternal misclick outside the game, yeah.
Most of the runners play in windowed mode, so that they can have, you know, chat and OBS and other things open as well. But if you click outside of the game, it's an automatic pause, and there's no way to.
For Aaron, oh no! Like literally every instant in the game, Aaron's gone.
It's interesting because the instants help each wave be killed.
He has vision though, so that's nice.
Okay, there you go.
A bit of firepower there. Actually, yep, looking like Calvin is just a couple hundred sun away from being able to join the Raining Seeds train, and finally it looks like chaoskiller is picking up some sunflowers, so should be able to get going relatively quickly.
Yeah, that's just so rough on Chaos that the RNG is pecking him this much. Like, he's already the underdog, but I'm sure he'll be able to pull it through.
Yeah. Again, as we mentioned, some of the levels have a 3 or 4 minute variability to them. So again, what's going very well for one runner in one level, you know, all of a sudden the tide can turn very quickly. So
I will say, actually, interesting point of note. Calvin just went out to go buy the rake. I didn't see Aaron or Barry choose to buy the rake on either of those, so we'll have to see if that ends up helping him in the long run to maybe catch up some time. But I was kind of curious going into this how they were going to decide their rake.
Raining Seeds, Invisible, and Seam Stars. So Seam Stars won't be useful, but the other... I mean, it might still be useful, actually. But...
Well, Raining Seeds, yeah, because it skips over Beghouled.
Yeah. I'm not... Okay, it seems like Barry's doing pretty good. I don't know if they still have the magnet or not. As for the other two...
I haven't seen any bungees for them yet.
But it could have just gotten eaten by... Oh, did they put the tall nut in front of it? Yeah.
Chaos is giving into addiction and still spinning.
Aaron gets the magnet. Very, very nice to see.
There's something like so calming about watching this particular mini game, and something so satisfying about like just seeing, you know, all the different types of plants and how they work together. Again, that's for watching. For speedrunning, it can be very stressful when you feel like you don't get all the plants that you want. But I know I love watching people play this game so much because it's like fun to then try to remember because you have the fog blocking some of them. So again, very important for the runners to remember sort of what plants are alive in what row. Ooh, as Calvin gets some vision, one of the plants planted in there you can see gives vision in a 5x5 radius, which again doesn't help your speed directly, but because you now have knowledge of, you know, what plants are gonna, you know, appear there.
The kernel pulse for Barry, 4 of them now.
Chaos just made it out to Plum Machine as well. Yes, and they also opted for the Right, so again, we'll have to see if that's gonna help
Aaron's
us
left
time.
side.
What we mean by the rake is that you can sort of X out of mini games for a second and go to the shop to buy the rake. It probably takes about 4 seconds for a relatively speedy runner to do that. And the advantage of the rake is that it automatically kills the first zombie that appears on screen. So there's a little bit of a trade-off in terms of like, do you want, is it worth kind of going out of the level to buy that rake? But the rake does last for 3 levels, so it really ultimately only comes at the cost of about 1 second per level. And having the security of knowing, hey, like I'm going to kill the, I know for a fact I'm going to kill the first zombie. That can be a real benefit to the runners. There are some levels though where the rake can kind of work against them. So I'm wondering if that's why the other 2 runners decided not to buy the rake.
Calvin, keep that lantern. Yes.
Very, very scary. And again, really, with the exception of the marigold, all the plants do kind of come in handy here. There at least is, even the walnut.
I don't think Barry has the magnet anymore. I think it was lost.
Oh, lost. Yeah,
football though. That is cool. Oh, okay, cherry.
Maybe not. Again, this is another level where, again, it's tricky to see casually, but the 50% rule is on full display here, meaning that if we do 50% of the current wave's hit points, then the next wave is guaranteed to appear. So that's why sometimes you'll see the runners really, focus some of their instincts on some of those high hit point zombies like the football and the bucket head, because that can help them move forward with the level much more. The exception to that, though, is the waves that are right before the huge wave and the final wave. So, that you have to do 100% of the wave's hit points in order for the next wave to appear. Or wait 30 seconds, which is not great.
I will say, coming back in here, Chaos is actually getting quite a few good plants, even despite starting so late. He has Fleekier, he has Melpole, he's got Vision, he's got Magnet already. He's pretty set, and all of his lanes already have firepower.
It's a great position to be in, sort of, midway through the first flag. Again, having protection for the important plants, having coverage and all the as he gets another 3-peater. Again, this is exactly what we were talking about. That again, you can fall a little bit behind on one level, but again, some good early on.
Barry's in a good spot with a triple magnet. Look at that.
Man, the Magnet City, down there for Barry as well.
Yeah. Wow, that is going to be very useful. Looks like Calvin still hasn't picked me up, unfortunately.
He's maybe gotten
Usually you would like one. Oh, lots of bucket heads as well.
Out of all the runners.
Oh, Barry just lost the melon pulp though. That really sucks. Especially for that row was kind of carried by it.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Every once in a while, you'll see those bungee zombies appear, and they'll steal the plant that they're hovering above. So sometimes, again, you can fall into the habit of sort of getting very dependent on a particular plant to cover, one or more of your different rows. But if that gets stolen by the bungee, like we saw right there for Aaron stealing his torchwood, again, it can really kind of affect things for the rest of the level.
Oh, this is not fun for Calvin here. Or for Aaron, rather. Calvin too. Aaron entered, I think, quite a bit earlier than Calvin, right? But
yeah, he did.
Aaron had a chance to lose there. He hadn't gotten the tangle, but it looks like he's going to have to let another cool row go, which is extremely important.
Yeah, just getting all those buckets that are being held up at the pool, it's not great.
And didn't Aaron get a magnet at one point? Must have lost it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had one, but it wasn't, just didn't get the firepower necessary to protect it, so. Again, and again, this is exactly how it is. This is one level where, again, I think our top times are in the maybe 8-minute marker, but we've all had a situation where it's
zombies are coming. Are coming. Brains.
Bye.